Good morning, everybody. How are you? Hope that you're doing well. Happy Monday. We're at the start of another week. So hopefully you have a good week ahead of you and a good week for all of us. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for investing the time in both, our community, but also in you and your own data science journey and everything else that you're doing. So it's always good for us to be able to spend some time together and talk about data science. So again, hope you're doing well. Hope your families are safe. I'm doing pretty good. I slept pretty good last night and beautiful day out. I'm gonna go out and do some exercise later. I'm thinking about walking to the grocery store later. I live near multiple grocery stores, but there's one that's kind of far away. So I'm thinking of walking there for exercise. Um, the thing is that I walk with my dog, so usually grocery stores are okay with your dog in there, but we'll see how that goes. But if this is your first time joining us, we always like to start off with a global roll call. That's where we ask you to introduce yourself. Just let us know your city, state, province, country. Let us know where you're from. Let us know where you're checking in from in the world. Nobody's going to call on you. You don't have to make some great question, some advanced data science question in order to participate. You can participate, just by introducing yourself. So we asked to do that, and in fact, I'm gonna add that to my Instagram because the Instagram is the one I always forget to do. So give me just a second for that. But I see, like I said, I see people already in the chat. So thank you so much. Just let us know your city, state, country, province, all that good stuff. And while you guys are filling up my chat, I always like to start off with an opening note to kind of set a tone for the chat or things like that. So unfortunately today I do have to talk about something that came up in the Discord server, and that's around scams of people that are using my name, my image, to solicit donations or investments or other frauds or things like that. So I already made an announcement on my on Discord, but I do also want to make an announcement here on video, and I will share this on my socials. But if there's anybody out there who is using my name or my likeness or my account or a variation on my account name and asking you for money or investments or crypto or your personal information or anything else, that is 100% not me. I will never solicit you directly for anything, really. I mean, I have my platform, so if I want to get a message out, I can do that, or I can add links or whatnot, but I will never reach out to you with any sort of ideas or any sort of need for money or anything of that kind. So please, I definitely don't want anybody out there losing their money to any scams. Please don't pay attention to any of that. If they're using my name, that is definitely not me. And honestly, on a personal level, I'm asking for donations or things like this is not my style. I just don't do that. That's never been my style. I don't need anyone. I don't need anybody's donations, or I don't ask for them. I don't want them. I've always taken care of myself. So it's just not my style at all to be able to be doing that, to reaching out to people. So if anybody is saying, hey, I'm Dennis and I want you to send me this or that, or send me this personal info, whatever, that's not me. That's not me at all. I use my platforms as intended, and I go from there. As I've always told you guys, best way to support me, if you want to support me, is to buy my book on Amazon. I don't sell any cheap courses or anything along those lines, so nobody should be charging you for anything. So I did have somebody, one of my followers, tell me about it today, and please keep on doing that. If you come across a new scam name or something, please send me a screenshot or whatever. But just please keep that in mind, that I will never solicit anybody for any money. I want you to save your money, help yourselves, help your families, find a good charity that you believe in and that's legitimate, and donate to that. Donate to your religion, or whatever you'd like. But yeah, please do not fall for any of those scams. I hate that there's people out there that do that, that would use my name like that, and I would hate to have any of you lose your money or any money. So please, just to make it clear, it's not me. Just it's just a scam. So don't send anybody anything, okay? All right. So looks like my chat's already filling up. Again, let me know your city, state, province, country, all that good stuff. But at the very top, Fatima says, hey, sir. Hey, Fatima, how are you? Our friend from Meekness. Hope you're doing well out there, Fatima. How's the weather out there? I bet it's pretty nice this time of year. So hope you're doing well out there, Fatima. Osama says, hello, sir. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing very well, Osama. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well, too. No, everything is going really well. I just woke up to somebody, who sent me that screenshot about a scammer that appeared overnight, and I'm trying to not let it affect my mood. It's just a shame that people out there, would do that. Get a job, do something else with your life. Manoj says, good morning, sir. Everyone from good sorry, I can't read. Good morning, Sir Dennis, and everyone in Manoj from Bangalore, India. Hope you're doing well, sir. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well too, Manoj. Let us know how things are out there in Bangalore. It can't still be warm, right? I'm sure it's cooled down a bit in Bangalore by now. So hope you're doing well. Rex, our good friend Rex, says, hey everyone, hope you all had a great weekend. I think we all did have a pretty good weekend, Rex. How about you? How was your weekend? Let us know. Let us know. Yeah, you know what, Rex? Actually, speaking of weekends, I'm kind of letting my, the scam thing, overlook the fact that we had a great Sunday session. We had a really good session yesterday. We went about 2 hours. And this time we focused on the ideation side of things, right? We focused on the ideation side of, okay, we have a client. We know what the client wants. What are we going to do? So I thought it was a great session. That added to me having a great weekend. And so Rex, I hope that added to your weekend too. But otherwise, let us know what you were up to this weekend. Abdallah for real says they're from Kenya. Okay, cool. Welcome, Abdallah. Let me come back to your question, Abdallah. I want to get done with all the introductions. Denelson, our good friend Denelson from LA says, happy Monday, everyone. Hope everyone is staying safe. Yeah, I think so too. Well, we should be asking you that. LA is a dangerous place. Are you safe? LA can be very dangerous. I grew up in the LA area. I went back I still go back because my parents are there. But as far as like my own personal time, visiting, I was there in April of 2021. And I will probably never go back to LA. LA has completely changed. California has completely changed. But yeah, hope you're doing well out there, Denelson. Hope you're safe. Kartik says, hey, I am from India. Cool, welcome, Kartik. Kartik, I think this might be your first time. If it is, welcome, but glad to have you. Tengwayo from Johannesburg, South Africa. Welcome. I don't think it's your first time. I think that we've seen you before, so welcome back. Joseph says, happy Monday, Dennis and everyone. Wishing everyone a great week from Tennessee. Yeah, happy Monday to you too, Joseph. How are you doing out there in Tennessee? Hopefully the storms and all that are over for you guys, and you're doing well out there. Sarvesh, our good friend Sarvesh. Hello, Dennis. Good morning to you. Well, good morning to you too. How are you? Good to see you, Sarvesh. You've been such a regular watcher again recently. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hey, you know what? Speaking of regular watchers, I wanted to take a quick pause and kind of share an observation on my part, okay? And I'm going to share this observation with you guys. Because this is me being a scientist, right? And you guys give me some feedback here. I want to know if you guys feel this way. So, how should I start this explanation? So, I noticed that a lot of you, I know that I put myself out there as a data science instructor, right? And I think I'm the world's #1 data science instructor, right? And I say that, and if somebody wants to take that from me, come and take it, right? But numero uno, right? And I know that you guys see me that way, and I know a lot of you guys call me sir or professor or teacher, and I appreciate that. Thank you. But here's a funny observation. I think that has a net effect because what I'm seeing is that sometimes, like, I'll get a message or I'll get a comment from somebody, and it's somebody I recognize, somebody who's been a viewer, and I'll say, "Hey, how are you? Nice to see you again. Hope you're well." And what I've noticed is that people apologize. They apologize for missing my streams. Like they feel guilty, like they're missing a class or like they dropped out of a course. Like that's the impression I get. Like they feel guilty for not showing up because like they were the bad student. Or because, like I say, like they dropped out of a college course or something. Or like they let me down in some personal way. That's the observation I'm making, right? Now, what I don't want is I don't want somebody to not come back or to not want to participate because they feel shy or embarrassed because of that, or whatever other feelings are there, right? Because I think that can be the net result, right? They see me as a teacher. The streams are kind of like a class. Life gets in the way and does other things, which is completely okay, by the way. So they can't attend streams, and because of that, they don't want to attend because they're kind of shy to come back, right? Or embarrassed to come back. What do you guys think? Would you guys feel that way? Do you guys feel that way? Because again, this is just all my observation and conclusions, right? But what do you think? Am I on the right track there? Like, would you feel that way? Because I like literally have people saying sorry, like they apologize to me, and that's it's a little weird. But you guys tell me, give me some feedback in the chat, okay? Just think about it. All right, so Fatima says, thank you very much, sir. The last session was extremely insightful and enriching. I truly appreciate the time you dedicated explaining everything so clearly and thoroughly. Yeah, yesterday was fun, right? So Fatima, you can give me more feedback and let me know what you think about this. But yesterday was definitely me being much more of what I do as a chief data scientist in the team rooms or with my teams, right? Where I just want the discussion to happen. There is no bad discussion. And I'm just sitting back, guiding it. But then I throw out little things like, well, okay, well, what about this? What about this? And then also, because we've talked in the past how teams are small, right? Even if you're a chief data scientist, I would still carry my own like slate of projects that like I'm still in charge of. Like it's not all 100% managerial, right? You can't. There's not enough people. Like you're still doing tech work. So that's why I was still kind of throwing out my own ideas and saying, well, wait a minute, we forgot about time series, or what do you guys think about this? Because like what you guys saw yesterday is, like I said, a lot more of how like my actual team meetings would run. Like that's the actual role I would play. So I think maybe that's what made it a little bit different yesterday. I mean, I had a lot more fun with it because of that, right? Because to me, yesterday, it wasn't so much running a stream. It was more just like running an actual team meeting for a simulated client, right? For a fictional client. So it was fun yesterday. It was fun. And thank you so much, Fatima, for being such a consistent supporter there. Thank you. Khalif, our good friend Khalif says, good evening, Sir Dennis. Thanks for yesterday's session. Yeah, Khalif, I was going to say, I think you were there yesterday too. Yeah, yesterday was cool. Yeah, thanks a lot for saying that. Yeah. The 2 hours went by so quickly. I mean, I can't believe it was 2 hours of all of us just talking ideas back and forth, right? That was pretty quick. So really grateful for that. Had a great session. Rex says, I had a great weekend and looking forward to more data science learning this week. Well, I like that attitude, Rex. Yeah, we're just going to keep going forward. I'm here for you guys. So Fitis says, hi, sir. Hey, Fitis, how are you? Fittest, I know it's not your first time, but remind me where you're from. I can't remember. Rex says, yep, yesterday's session was awesome. It's been pretty insightful to watch and participate on this project so far. I appreciate that, Rex. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yeah, for those of you guys that don't know, every Sunday we do a little bit of a longer session. And right now we're in the middle of a series where we are building a project completely from the ground up. So we built a contract, we built some agile planning. Yesterday we went through some ideation. We even wrote some code to scope out some ideas, or rather ChatGPT, right, wrote some code, right? Because we're taking an AI first attitude, right? So yeah, it's I think it's going great, and I'm looking forward to the end of it. Excuse me, the development of it. I shouldn't say that. Yeah, Rex. So I know that you had I previously mentioned that maybe I would change up the schedule of the streams, but the Sunday will always be there because I think that people get a lot out of it. I have a lot of fun with it, and I like the series nature of it. But you can't stop a series midstream, right? So yeah, I think we're still going to continue those, and there's other series. Clearly last time when we all spoke about it, there was clearly a need or a demand for a neural network series. So we'll definitely do a neural network series from the ground up, right? Like that'll be fun. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. So Fittest says, please give me the use case to solve for this week. Which use case are you referring to here, Fittest? Because we've done a couple of different use cases. Are you referring to the Sunday classes? Or sometimes I put something up in the Discord? Like, is that what you mean? Like the Discord questions? Or help me understand what you mean, okay? Manoj says, heavy rain here. I was traveling and got stuck, successfully completed at work and running back to home by listening to you. Nice. Thanks a lot, Manoj. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I guess it's still monsoon season in some parts of the world, huh? Yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, hope you stay dry out there, Manoj. Kartik says yes. I think yes is to saying that it's his first time. So welcome, Kartik. I appreciate that you joined us. Joseph says, yeah, Dennis, doing well. The community is rebuilding each day, but all is going well so far. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Joseph. Appreciate that update. Khalif says, hey, Manoj, I am visiting Bangalore soon. You gotta host me. Nice. I love when the community makes connections like that. But Bangalore is a big city, isn't it? I mean, I've heard it's a pretty massive city. I've never been there. I've had people, who work for me there. But it's a massive place, I gotta imagine, right? So hopefully you guys live in a common area or can find a common area. Michael, our good friend Michael from Lagos, I believe. Good day, Sir Dennis and everyone. I trust we're all doing great. I think we are doing great. We are doing great, Michael. Yeah, it's hard to say that things are bad, because I got nice weather out. The stock market at least in the U.S. is doing pretty well, over the past couple of weeks, past couple of months. So, it's hard to complain. Hard to complain. But thank you, Michael. Appreciate the greeting. Yeah, Sarvesh, you're asking a great question here. Will you be conducting the Sunday classes after 100 days of completion? Yeah, I absolutely will. Yeah, guys, and I'll be putting more definition around that. To be honest with you, I'm so busy that I can't even stop to think about what it is that I really want to do. But here's what I thought about so far, guys. So to give you guys the background for some of you that are still new. One of my goals is to complete 100 days of live streaming consecutively, and today is like day 90. I guess today would be like day 92 or 93. I'll complete it in a week, basically, right? So after that, I'm still gonna do live streams consistently, and I'm still gonna do the Sunday for sure, right? What I'm thinking about right now is maybe I'll take Tuesdays and Wednesdays off. Because also in my analytics, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are my slowest days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays are my slowest days in my analytics. So I might take like Tuesdays and Wednesdays off. But I'll still stream Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Or maybe I'll take all 3 days off. Maybe I'll take Thursday off too. I don't know. Another thing to consider, there's two more things to consider. One is that we're going into the holiday season in the United States. So we are going to have a couple of holidays. We're going to have Thanksgiving coming up. For that one, my dad's birthday is close to Thanksgiving. So my dad asked me to come out to LA for his birthday, so I'll be doing that. So I'll be staying out there. So maybe that week will be a little slower. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to be doing for Christmas. Sometimes I take a golf trip, other times I don't. So, the streaming might be a little bit different during that week. And then after the new year, I will be conducting some interviews and creating some content at the Consumer Electronics Show. That's the first week of January. So that one is commonly known as CES, and that's the biggest trade show in the world. And there's going to be a lot of AI companies there. So I'm going to go and I'm going to check out the AI products, AI innovation, and I'm going to be creating content for you guys from now. And I might be live streaming from there too. I might do like a live stream, but like in the afternoons or something like that. But it's going to be a massive show. I'm going to be talking to a lot of AI companies. So the content's going to be a little bit different. It's a little bit different. More video content than live stream content. But, you guys are subscribers on my YouTube, so you'll get the notifications. I'll put it on my Discord. I'll make shorts for Instagram. So those are the two things that are kind of like, coming up that are going to make the schedule a little weird. And then on top of that, guys, I still got to keep, helping my corporate clients and other things that I do. I still got to play golf, as much as I can. So we'll see. Yeah, but the Sunday ones, that's probably not going to change. The only thing that'll change is the content, right? We'll do different series. Like after we finish the current series, we're absolutely going to do a neural network series, right? But that one might only be like 4 episodes, right? I don't think you need 8 weeks just for neural networks, right? So, it'll be upcoming, but of course I'm still going to be streaming, guys. I mean, the 100 is just like a nice number, but of course I'm still going to be here with you guys. I enjoy it. For me, streaming content is like the most fun thing I do. Like today, I'm going to film a lot of content for my de-influencing series. And like, I like that series. I think it's going well, but like, I'd much rather be streaming than like filming static content, So we'll always be doing this, it'll just be a little different, maybe find ways to give myself a little bit of a break when I know I have slower days in my analytics. We'll see. But thanks for the question, Sarvesh. And I know Rex was also asking about it. And by the way, if you guys have suggestions or other things, I'm open to it, so let me know. So Fatima says, it sounds like having that mix of tech work and idea sharing made it more enjoyable and dynamic. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. I mean, part of it is also that you have to, like you as the team leader kind of set the tone for everything, right? So like I told you guys, right? Like I always say that nobody higher than me attends the meeting and nobody talks about about what happened in the meeting, right? So those are the things that I do to make it enjoyable for everyone. Because then it's, there's no way for you to be stupid, right? You're just going to say whatever you think. And maybe it's a good idea, maybe it's not, right? So that's part of it, Fatima, right? That you as a leader also have to set up the right environment for people to do that. And for people to, be their genuine selves and all that good stuff. So. Tengwayo, did you let us know where you're from? I can't remember. Do you have an ebook? I do. Your first year in data science. The only place you can find it is on Amazon. So, please go to Amazon and you can download it there. The ebook version, I have priced that to be accessible in virtually all parts of the world. But yeah, you can definitely find it there. All right, see, Khalif, it sounds like my nose is going to be your host. Denelson says, for the days you plan to have off, will you be running reruns on the channel? Jeez, do you guys not get enough of me already? Wow. Denelson, I hadn't considered that. But if there's a demand for that, sure, I can do that. So right now, what I do is I do the Sunday series as a rerun. The Sunday series, I put all of those together, and then I'll rerun them. And the Introduction to Statistical Learning book, I do that one quite often, and people watch that. But I just kind of like let it run overnight, and just, and until the next time. I suppose I could start doing that, so that it'll run like 24 hours. I'm assuming that's what you meant. But yeah, I'll consider that. It's a good suggestion. I guess the hard part is just knowing which episodes to pick, because I at this point I have a lot of streams, right? But yeah, it's a good question, and it's a good ask. So thanks for that, Denelson. I'll consider it. Okay, so it sounds like we have a Khalif and Manoj connection. Let us know if that actually comes to pass. That would be interesting, right? Like 'cause I've had people tell me that they found somebody to collaborate with on their master's thesis, which I think is awesome. And then somebody told us that about how they found a job because I helped them with the interview questions on stream. And there was one other one I can't remember. But it would be interesting if somebody else, had another connection like that. Like, oh, I was able to stay with somebody while I was in their city. If that's all happening because of this channel, because of these streams, that's crazy. That's crazy, guys. I couldn't have imagined that. Leo says, hey, late but here. So Leo, in my mind, you're late because you're sleeping off like a heavy bender from going out on your birthday yesterday. So how close am I? Let me know. So for those of you that don't know, Leo celebrated his birthday yesterday. He let us know on stream yesterday. So he's probably late because he's recovering a little bit, But yeah, thanks for being here, Leo. Hope you had a good birthday. So Tengwayo says, yes, first time from Johannesburg, South Africa. Very cool. I've been getting a lot more South African viewers lately. I think you're like the third or fourth one this week to introduce themselves as being new. So welcome. Hope things are well in South Africa. South Africa right now, it's springtime there? Right? Is it springtime in South Africa? Let us know how you're doing out there in South Africa. How's the weather down there? Look at all the welcomes for Leo. Leo says, me, I wish. Oh, come on, you had to do something for your birthday. I'm sure you did something down there. Yeah, guys, so today is one of those days where I walk in here with no agenda. The Sunday streams take a lot out of me, so I don't want to sit there and think about agendas for Monday. So if you guys have any questions, any topics you want to talk about, anything else you want to go over, I'm here for you. So just let me know. Anything I can help you with, let me know. Leo says, I binge watched The Lord of the Rings. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, I'm about to make an embarrassing admission. And some of you might say that this takes away from my developer credentials, and I'm not sure, and I can't disagree, okay? But I am not, I repeat, not a fan of sci-fi or fantasy. I have never watched the entire Star Wars series. And I completely do not like the Lord of the Rings stuff. I think I've seen one or two of them. Not a fan of them. Sci-fi and fantasy is just not for me. It's just not. A man has to know his limitations in life, right? And that's one of my limitations. I am not a sci-fi or fantasy guy. I'll tell you guys, the worst. You know how like when you're on these like software development teams, they always like, yeah, we're gonna go out and do like a team building exercise. Yeah. One time, the team building exercise was to go to like the Friday premiere of like it was one of the Star Wars ones, the episode 1 or episode 2, whatever. So we all took Friday afternoon off, and yeah, we're gonna go watch episode 2. And I was like, oh, this is gonna go terrible. And I fell asleep 20 minutes into the movie. Like, that is how much I do not like it. I was like, okay, this movie's boring, but I'm just gonna be here with the team. I'm just gonna sleep. And I slept throughout the whole movie. I can't stand them, guys. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Rex says, you're not a sci-fi fan. We can't be friends. Sorry, Dennis. I get it. I get it. Especially when you tell people you're a developer, right? Yeah, I work in code. You know, I'm a Microsoft.NET guy. People assume it, right? Or also, I mean, don't even get me started on the Matrix movies. I think the Matrix movies are like the most overrated movies of all time. I said it. I know that's fighting words for some people. I get it. But you want me to be honest with you guys. I'm honest and genuine with you guys, right? Do not come at me with any Star Wars movies or any Matrix movies. Oh my God. Not for this guy. Tengwayo says, yes, it's the rainy season in South Africa. Okay, cool. Thanks for that. Hope you're keeping dry down there. Manoj says, yesterday's session was great. I appreciate everyone's participation and ideas. Yeah, Manoj, you had a lot of really good ideas for, well, really not just good ideas, but good ideas that fit the problem, right? Because sometimes you do kind of get out there with these ideas where it's like, oh, I read this great white paper, so I really want to implement it, and let's implement it here. And it's like, well, wait a minute, the white paper doesn't really fit that problem. It doesn't really address that, right? So I'm glad that you have enough knowledge to be able to say, okay, yeah, this is the problem, and it can be solved by this type of algorithm. So that's what I'm proposing, right? So that's, you know, believe it or not, that's a valuable skill, right? That's not a skill that you pick up instantly, right? Yeah, so thanks for that, Manoj. But yeah, so I really hope you guys got a sense of how those meetings run, because you're going to be in those meetings, right? It's an important part of that process for everyone to sit down and say, okay, all right, we have a problem in front of us. We have a customer we got to satisfy. How are we going to do this? Okay? So yeah, so thanks a lot for your participation there, Manoj. Other than business, Rex is asking, other than business impact, what are your top 3 data science topics? Are you Rex? Is that your way of telling me I talk too much about business impact? That's funny. That's funny. So Rex, I love the question, and I'm thinking about it from just almost like development in my career, right? And so the answer, so the quick answer is neural networks, right? I am still to this day fascinated by neural networks. Like, I just find it completely fascinating, right? But I say that as far as like my development and stuff, because I already had a pretty good foundation when I started looking at neural networks, right? I had already gone through the Introduction to Statistical Learning book. I was already well into my studies, at the graduate level. But when I studied neural networks, well, let me take that back. So prior to that, it was like, okay, yeah, I can see how algorithms are beneficial. I kind of get clustering. I understand why we need unsupervised techniques. Like, it was just like, okay, like data science was kind of sort of okay. But then when I started learning about neural networks, that's when it's like, wow, data science can solve anything, right? Like, to me, that was like that turning point where it's like, oh, okay, it's not just like simple problems or business problems. Like neural networks can really push the envelope on what, like, computers, or the computing world can do, right? So yeah, Rex, that's really the answer. That my next favorite topic is like all things neural networks, because that's where it was like, oh, okay, now I see like why there's so much like potential in these things, right? Because like that's where it was like, oh wow, okay, I can use like the same like fundamental techniques to read numbers, like read text, or I can use it to process an image, or I can use it for NLP. Like a lot of things started clicking as in my own mind, not for the technology, but for like the potential of it, and like why people we're starting to get so excited about data science and things like that. So that's the answer, Rex. That was like a real turning point. Yeah, I mean, and remember, like I said, I mean, I already knew about data science. I already knew I wanted to do it, right? I was already well into my studies, but that was like a whole new door open to the potential of it all, right? So that's the answer, Rex. Yeah, good question. To think about. And then I guess the next answer to that too would also be a little bit about Leo says you forgot Elon Musk as a favorite topic. Oh, come on. I'm quite nice to him compared to other people. The guy's a salesman. Elon Musk is a salesman. Make no mistake about it. I think the people who view Elon Musk as this visionary and this great engineer, he's really good. He's a good salesman. He's a really good salesman. That's it. But I do agree with him though on the population and the birth rates, right? I mean, I 100%. I would back anything that he does on birth rates, because I think that's a massive, massive problem for all of humanity coming up quickly. So he's not all bad. I would support things that he would want to do on birth rates. Fortunately, there are other governments out there trying to do things about birth rates. Some that are good, some that are maybe not such good ideas. But yeah, Elon Musk, he's a salesman. But he does see birth rates correctly though. Yeah, if you guys want, I'm not trying to, push my views on anybody, but if you guys want to read about birth rates, there's a lot of math involved in it too, a lot of interesting math. But yeah, I mean, he's not all bad, Leo. I mean, Leo, of all the things you could have chosen PyTorch users, PhDs. I mean, I've given you guys plenty of rants to choose from. Oh, Manoj is also supporting Leo. Oh, that's hilarious. Manoj, I thought we were friends, man. Manoj says I felt 100 as a data science room. Thanks for creating it, Dennis. All right, yeah, cool. Yeah, that's part of the project, right? And that's part of the setup. Part of the setup for that whole series is that I'm playing chief data scientist. all of you as attendees are the staff scientists, and we're going to try to approach it that way, right? I don't know if this happens in other countries, but in the U.S., if you want to become a lawyer, in your later studies, they have something called moot court, where they simulate an entire court environment. They give you a case, you have to research it, so on and so forth. You're representing somebody. So that's kind of like what I'm trying to do with that series, right? Where like I'm running you through the different steps that you would go through as a team, right? So yeah, so if you found benefit out of that, that's fantastic. I'm glad to hear it. Michael says, really learned a lot yesterday. Thanks for doing this with us then. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. I certainly hope people are learning. I mean, that's kind of the goal, right? And I think that in the upcoming sessions, we're going to get more and more into the coding side, like the building of it, right? Like one of the things I'm really looking forward to is showing how we track experiments, right? Because we know we've kind of done that before a little bit, where it's like, oh, okay, yeah, we tuned a hyperparameter or we adjusted this over here. But you got to keep track of all that, right? You got to keep track of all of that. And you got to be able to report back and say, hey, this is where we are in our progress, or hey, this is our latest what's the champion? This is our latest benchmark for our champion algorithm. Can we beat it? Right? Like it's really important to stay on top of all those things and stay on top of them and be able to say, okay, yeah, we're progressing, or no, we're not doing so well, right? So super important stuff coming up. I know that a couple of you had asked me about that before. In fact, I think Joseph was one of them, where he was asking about, showing how we actually, track all that. So we're going to start doing that, right? So that'll be fun too. Yeah. Lots of good stuff coming up ahead, guys. And like I'm really excited about that CES show coming up in January. I'll be providing more information, because I'm still getting more information from the show. The official schedule really isn't out yet. It's coming up soon. So lots of good stuff coming up. Lots of good stuff. But guys, I guess we're going to have a little bit of a shorter stream today. I'm not seeing any other introductions. And you know what? That's okay. Some of you might also just be tired of me after yesterday's session, because we were on there for so long. But guys, I always appreciate you. Really, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the suggestions as far as different things that could be coming up in terms of the holiday season and other things like that. But excuse me. But as always, I hope that you stay safe. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and I'll see you next time.